Hi there, everyone. It's Niran from the Automotive Training Center here in Radial Durban North. So, as previously explained on one of our videos, we told learners that we will be starting soon with an online program that will be running a TikTok Live, which allows our learners to log on and to be able to learn a little more about vehicle servicing, brake systems, cooling systems, fuel systems, and a few other systems just to familiarize yourself with the automotive sector. Who knows, maybe it might be something that you might be interested in joining in the near future or furthering a career just to build your self confidence and knowledge. So, what do we cover on the vehicle servicing module that starts at the end of this month? Just to take you through a few things, we will cover workshop safety, environmental control, vehicle systems and service fundamentals. We'll cover the internal combustion engines or the various different strokes, your four strokes on of an engine. So remember, an internal combustion engine works with four strokes. You're working with your intake stroke, your compression stroke, thereafter that your power stroke, also known as your combustion stroke, and finally your exhaust stroke. So we take you through the four strokes of the internal combustion engine. We also take you about the service intervals, the different types of vehicle servicing that you get. Remember, you get preventative maintenance, that we change items should there be a problem that we can foresee. That becomes preventative maintenance. We also change items based on the condition, which are condition based service or condition based maintenance. We then cover the different types of lubrication and the importance of lubrication in this topic. Remember, there are different types of oils, and it's very important that we understand which oil to use for our vehicle. Many of our guys don't look at the temperature, we don't look at viscosity. So, these are things that we will be covering. We also take you through the emission side of it. So, how does poor servicing, how does failing to service your vehicle on time affect the emissions and then causes resultant damages? What happens to the vehicle system? What happens if we want to now find out if there's any other issues with regards to the vehicle? But more importantly, if we fail to service the vehicle on the correct service interval, or if we have neglected the service or missed the service due to financial constraints, as we know, what can we do to try and catch up, or what can we do to try and come back on path to ensure that this engine does not fail? Because we all know an automotive engine in today's time to repair can be a very costly affair. I mean, it could runs up from 50, 60, even up to 100,000 of rands. So that's why we sometimes opt for second-hand engines. Now, a second-hand engine also becomes a major risk factor because we buy something not knowing how long it's going to last or what has that engine already been through. Has it been serviced properly? Has it been maintained properly? So these are just a few things we'll take you through with regards to the different items. Very important also, we'll be covering in this module how do manufacturers recommend services to be done, because not every service means that we change the fuel filter. Not every service requires a spark plug change due to the quality of the parts that now are manufactured. So most of the time you might get a lubricant service. A lubricant service includes your engine oil, your oil filter, your sump plug washer, and we must not be confused when we request a quotation from a supplier or from a workshop. And if we are quoted by one workshop, say for example 2000 rands, and the other workshop quotes us 4000 rand, ask ourselves the question why and what is being changed or what is different from one workshop to the other. We always say compare apples with apples. So we want to find out exactly what are you changing on this service interval. And if there's something, if one workshop decides to change the spark plugs and the other workshop says no, then we need to go back and look at which workshop is looking at the technical specification and the service information or the service manual to ensure that on that interval the spark plugs need to be changed. On that interval, the fuel filter, which is in most cars are inside the petrol tank, is that be required to be changed? And also with regards to our cabin filter, we all forget about the aircon filter, and the air conditioning filter is also another service item that requires to be changed. But more importantly, we will also talk about the different types of fluids. Remember, your vehicle has brake fluid, which is a hygroscopic chemical, and that attracts moisture. So over a period of time, if we do not change the brake fluid on time, remember that liquid now, due to attracting moisture, is going to start causing rust to build up inside our braking system components, which if we do not change that now, it'll end up costing us thousands of rands in the future. So we rather look at a brake fluid flush Also, we'll speak a little about the coolant flush and why is it so important to ensure that the coolant is working accurately in our vehicle. Remember, coolant works with a low freezing point, a very higher boiling point, but more importantly, it has anti-corrosive components. So if you are interested in taking part or just listening in with regards to this module that we will be talking about, follow us on our page. Make sure that you following us, because we will be running a TikTok live towards the end of August. Just with regards to this module. Remember, it will be taking place on a Monday and on a Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. just to give our followers a little more information, because we want you to know your vehicle. We want you to know what is your mechanic changing. Sitting back and the days of where we take our vehicle to a motor mechanic, we want to ensure that is he doing the right thing? Is he changing the correct parts on the correct time? And also, am I saving money today only to spend more in the future? So yeah, guys, follow us, and we will just definitely keep you posted when this module will be running. Cheers there, guys. Take care for now.